Hi! So I am super stoked right now because this is the morning of November 12th, and Michael and I are about to leave to go to Tom's River to go see the revival of Be More Chill. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I didn't know that this was happening until I saw all these people suddenly talking about it, and I was like, what? Like, how did I not know about this? So I went online and I was relieved to see that there were still some tickets left in, the very back of the most upper tier. Um, that was a couple days ago. So I bought them for today, Sunday, because there's the talkback event after the matinee with everyone. So I wanted to see that too. So we're gonna head down. We're gonna go to both of those. I'm so excited. I'll tell you all about it. All right, we arrived in Tom's River. We made really good time. I had factored in more time for traffic and getting lost and stuff, but none of that happened. Here, stopped at a restaurant to get some food before the show. Got a just some meals. All right, looking forward to it. We're in the theater. Oh my god! It's pretty far away, like I said, but I'm still just stoked that we're even going to see it at all. Alright, I just got back from a long drive back from the theater. It's pretty late, so I actually won't be able to do my little detail review and post it today, Sunday, but I'll get it done ASAP and you guys will have this within a day or so. Alright, I said I'd tell you about it, and here I am. Not wearing any makeup right now. Oh my god. Okay, I already posted a more detailed description of just a whole bunch of things that were involved in the show itself, and also about the talkback event that happened afterwards that we went to. I posted those on Tumblr, so I'll put links to those in the description box. For now on the video, I guess I'll just talk about the experience in general. First of all, when we got there, it was easy to see that there were so many fans everywhere. Like, we went to eat beforehand and things like that, and we were just seeing in the street and stuff people that were in cosplay and things like that. Like, it was kind of amazing what a big following the show has, I guess. The atmosphere was super pumped up. Everyone was completely ecstatic to be there, to be seeing the people, to just be seeing everything. My brother was like, I can't remember the last time that I was surrounded by this many screaming teenage fangirls. So it was more than I was expecting, I think. It's I knew that a large majority of the fandom for Be More Chill is perhaps the same as the huge fandom for Dear Evan Hansen, for example. But when we went to see Dear Evan Hansen, it was not this sort of huge following at a concert kind of vibe. It was more just a typical crowd seeing a show kind of vibe. So it was pretty cool to see the dedication, I guess. And it must have been pretty crazy for the actors, seeing this much enthusiasm and getting stage doored at a tiny little theater in New Jersey. It was really great to see the revival I was glad to get an opportunity to see a staging of the show, even though I knew all the dialogue and everything. It was really great to see how they acted it out, but it was definitely markedly different from what little we know of what the original was like. So it's like, it's still a mystery then, how they did things in the original, and there's a lot of things I still have questions about, like, you know, certain transitions or certain scenes. I'm like, oh, they probably did it a different way. I wonder how they did it. I want to know. Like, for example, the try to say this in a way that won't spoil anyone who doesn't really know, the optic nerve block line, you know, the way they staged that in this production, I was watching it and I was like, because that's something I've always wondered, how they did that transition. Like, I really want to know how they did that transition in the original, especially because we saw in that leaked small bootleg clip how super smooth the transitions are from the original show, you know. So I've always been like, oh, how'd they do that transition? And it was interesting to see how they did it in this production, obviously the revival, but I was like, oh, they probably did it a different way, so I still don't know. Little things like that. There's other things besides that that I want to know, obviously, how they pulled it off, but like the video game sneaking past the zombies, you know, in the script, the practice script, it's described as like video game stealth maneuvers, and in the revival it was like leapfrogging. So I feel like that might have been different as well. Not that there's anything wrong with this one. It was really funny, but I'm like, oh, I want to know. There was a lot less dancing in the revival version. It's like, which makes sense because it's kind of like a small thing that was just for this one weekend instead of like a prolonged show like the original was, I believe. So I think it makes sense that maybe something as complicated as dancing was not put in too much. Like I said, I won't talk too much about all the little details of things that happened. Anyway, it was really great to see it. We did the stage door. It was crazy, swamped with people, but people were very nice. They helped pass playbills and stuff up to be signed for the people who were farther in the back, like me. And I did notice that even though people were disappointed maybe when they weren't able to get to see some of the people they wanted to see at the stage door, they were not mean about it or anything like that. Like, that was something that kind of bothered me when I saw Dear Evan Hansen. Not everyone came out to the stage door, and some of the people that were waiting there were kind of bitter about it. Like, they were kind of complaining, why wouldn't they come out, whatever. And I was like, yo, give them a break. Like, are you kidding me? This is, like, have some decency. They're people, like, they're tired. They're overwhelmed. Sometimes you don't want to do that. Like, I have days where I don't want to see anybody. Actually, that's pretty much every day. I don't want to see anybody. They just, like, set my teeth in. Just customers come into the store and I'm like, go away. Leave me alone. It's a problem. But even though fans were disappointed if they didn't get to see their favorite person or something like that, they were not mean or anything about it, which was very nice. They were very respectful of the fact that people have lives. It was pretty cold, so Michael and I did not stop for frozen yogurt before leaving, even though we saw a frozen yogurt shop right next to the theater, and we were like, ha, we gotta stop for frozen yogurt. But then we were like, fuck no, it's too cold. Sorry, Brooke. But yeah, it was nice. The energy was high. The show was great. I can't believe this happened. I like never thought that I would ever get to see a performance of this show. I didn't believe that was ever a thing that was going to happen. So it was thrilling to be able to see a version of this. And I'm so grateful that it happened. And hey, with how fast it sold out, maybe they'll start doing some more things, you know? Move on up. Like, Newsies fandom the shit out of it, basically, right? Like, make it so popular that they keep on adding more things that they weren't expecting to do. Let's not stop until we have, like, a professional recording that brings back original cast members, like the Newsies movie, right? And that's my cue. So, see you next time.